Hey guys, did you know that 2020 census of the Virgin Islands is still happening?
Yes, they was just by my house yesterday.
I heard they really need our help counting the entire population of the Virgin Islands.
Because the information that you give to the census will help our community to receive federal funding over the next 10 years.
I'm not giving a man my personal information.
All your information is confidential.
And is protected by federal law.
Did you know the results will affect how much we receive in federal funding that can be used for schools, roads, healthcare, and so much more?
We're working hard to visit every home and interview every person in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
We comply with local health and CDC guidelines for your safety and ours.
They came to my house and I wasn't home, but they left a note. How do I make sure I'm counted?
You can call them and complete the census over the phone.
It's super quick and super easy. So do the right thing and complete the 2020 census of the U.S. Virgin Islands.
And be counted.
Hey family, it's Reverend Jermaine Mully here. Every Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m., join us as we take a dive and walk through this series, Messages of Hope.
Neighbor, were you able to go shopping for your 10 days of food and water? I can pick up some stuff for you.
Yes, I got you, and my neighbor is helping me put up my shutters.
Good. Bobby is checking up on his former coworker who has scoliosis. They got 2 months prescription from the doctor, so he doesn't run out of medication in the storm.
Did you register with Vitron in the event of needing transportation after or before the storm?
You can do that?
Yes, if you need assistance around the house or you have a disability.
I didn't know that, but thanks for letting me know.
It's hurricane season again.
Yes. I'm taking these pictures to record your assets. I'm going to email them to you. Where are your documents? We need to secure them.
Good day to the viewing and listening public. My name is Richard Mota, Communications Director for the Office of the Governor, in for Governor Bryan, who is unable to join us this afternoon. Welcome to our Government House Weekly Press Briefing and COVID-19 update for the week of October 26, 2020. We've seen some highs and lows in the 8 months since we began our response to COVID-19 in the territory. While we have been able to keep the positivity rate below 1% these last couple of months, we still need to remain in a heightened state of vigilance. As many of you know, the U.S. mainland is experiencing what is considered the third wave. By all accounts from the experts, this wave is expected to bring far more infections. There are now 21 states across the United States whose infection rates are up at least 10% or more from the week previous, which will unfortunately lead to increased hospitalizations and unfortunately deaths. Governor Bryan and the COVID-19 task force here locally are keeping a watchful eye on these latest developments and are making changes to our protocols as necessary. We are working to improve our screening of incoming travelers and to amend our existing protocols in a manner to allow some semblance of normalcy while keeping the residents in our community safe. We are fortunate and blessed to have not experienced this resurgence of the virus that is affecting our neighbors to the north. But the success of these efforts has been largely due to your willingness to adhere to the guidelines put forward by the Department of Health. Our success in keeping the spread of this virus to a minimum in our community is due to our adherence to the masking guidelines and our adherence to the mass gathering restrictions. It is due to our doing the simple things like washing our hands and using hand sanitizer when necessary. But as we attempt to move toward a semblance of normalcy, it is important that we not become complacent, especially during a time when we traditionally come together to celebrate the holiday season and when the virus is threatening a resurgence. If you must gather, do so within the parameters of the established guidelines. Wear your mask when you're not around persons in your immediate household and stay safe. Please continue to do the things that you have been doing to protect yourself and your loved ones. Be smart. This afternoon, I am joined by the Commissioner of Health, Justa Tita Encarnacion, as usual, and she will provide the PUI update and COVID-19 statistics. Commissioner Encarnacion.
Good afternoon, Director, and good afternoon, everyone. As of October 26, 2020, the Department of Health has tested a total of 23,643 persons under investigation, of which 1,348 have tested positive and 22,269 have tested negative. There are currently 22 cases in the territory, active cases in the territory. 1,305 cases have recovered, with 21 fatalities related to COVID-19. From our hospitals, Juan Luis Hospital and Medical Center reports 0 COVID-19 cases. Snyder Regional Medical Center reports 2 positive cases. 1 of those is vented. JFL has remained COVID-19 admission-free for more than 5 weeks. RLS continues to see less admissions as well. Halloween or trick-or-treat is less than a week away. We know that many of you enjoy dressing up in costumes and having fun, but these are not normal times, and we do not want an intended treat to turn into a trick. We are still in the midst of a pandemic, and we have to change the way we celebrate. You can still have a good time, but safety must come first. According to the Centers for the Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, here are the activities that you should avoid that most will likely pose the highest risk for spreading COVID-19. Avoid participating in door-to-door traditional trick-or-treating and trunk-or-treating where cars line up in large parking lots and treats are handing out from trunks of cars. We've actually gotten word that several organizations have actually planned and organized events such like these. We will be contacting you personally, not to stop the events, but to better guide you to ensure safety. Avoid attending indoor functions like haunted houses and costume parties. These events are usually crowded and people may scream and spread particles in the air. Avoid using alcohol or drugs, which can cloud your judgment and increase risky behaviors like lax social distancing and improper mask use. If you choose to participate in any other less risky activities, there are still some things that can be considered. If you are preparing treats for friends or neighbors, wear a mask and wash your hands with soap and water, as Director has really told us, for at least 20 seconds before and after preparing the bags. Types of masks allowed. Always wear a surgical mask or facial covering when celebrating with anyone who you don't live. A costume mask, like a character mask, is not an appropriate substitute for protection against COVID-19. However, please be careful not to restrict your breathing by wearing a protective mask and a costume mask. The following activities are lower risk and are safer alternatives. Carving or decorating pumpkins with members of your household and displaying them outside for passerbyers on social media or simply at home. Decorating your house, apartment, office, or living space. Have a virtual Halloween costume contest. That's a fun one. Having a Halloween movie night with people you live with. Having a scavenger hunt style trick-or-treat search your household members in or around your house rather than going house to house. No matter what you choose to do, people who are sick or have been exposed to COVID-19 should not host or participate in any in-person festivities. If you or anyone in your household has been diagnosed with COVID-19 and has not met the criteria for when it is safe to be around others, have symptoms of COVID-19, is waiting for COVID-19 viral test results, or may have been exposed to someone with COVID-19 in the last 14 days, you must remain in quarantine. The flu vaccine challenge is also on. The CDC recommends that anyone 6 months or older should get the flu vaccine. The flu vaccine will help you to avoid getting the season of flu, feeling sick, and protect your immune system, and in turn help to fight against other illnesses like COVID-19 that you may be exposed to. And of course, don't forget the simple but very important ways to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds, or use hand sanitizers if soap and water is not available. Practice good respiratory hygiene, like coughing into the elbow and maintaining that physical distance and wearing your mask. We will continue to repeat these very easy but successful ways for decreasing the transmission of the virus. If you have any symptoms or have been exposed to someone who is positive, please call 340-712-6299, 340-712-6299, and 340-776-1519, 340-776-1519. For further information, please visit the Department of Health's Facebook page or visit www.covid19usvi.com. And for COVID-19 health information alerts, please text COVID-19 USVI to 888-777. That's text COVID-19 USVI 888-777. As Director Mota has said and indicated through the words of the governor, we are seeing very few cases, but we are seeing cases. This means that COVID-19 continues to persist within the USVI. We ask that you protect yourself and your loved ones by following the themes, by following the purposes that we have been speaking about, by following the plan, the guidance, and by, if you actually are thinking of having an organized event, please contact the Department of Health. It's very critical. That way we can plan with you and we don't have to rearrange at the last minute. So let's plan together to keep each other safe. Thank you, God bless you, and please be safe.
Thank you, Commissioner. Some sage advice for you, for event planners out there. Be proactive, contact the department. Don't wait for the department to have to contact you while your event is ongoing. So thank you for that. So we'll provide some updates on the unemployment insurance. As of this morning, the Virgin Islands Department of Labor has issued 44,015 unemployment insurance checks, totaling just over $34 million to Virgin Islands residents impacted by COVID-19 related job losses. The department has also issued an additional 27,952 federal pandemic unemployment compensation payments, totaling just over $43 million. The Department of Labor has also issued 3,638 pandemic unemployment assistance checks, totaling $6.2 million, and has issued $2 million in pandemic emergency unemployment compensation payments, for a total of 76,685 unemployment benefit payments to Virgin Islands residents, totaling just over $85.5 million. I also have some welcome news from the Virgin Islands Department of Labor. They have made the decision to revise the service and delivery method to now include in-person service to both of its locations on the island of St. Croix and the island of St. Thomas. So that will commence tomorrow, Tuesday, October 27th, And so it will be on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, like I said, beginning tomorrow. And so Tuesdays, the individuals whose last names end with the letters A through H from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. On Wednesdays, individuals whose last names begin with letters I through P are welcomed from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And on Thursday, October 29th, individuals whose last names end with the letters Q through Z are welcomed from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I'll go ahead and reiterate that. Tuesday, October 27th, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., individuals are welcomed to the Department of Labor's locations in St. Croix and St. Thomas between the hours of 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And those individuals whose last names begin with the letters A through H are welcomed from 9 to 4 tomorrow, Tuesday, at both locations. And on Wednesday, individuals whose last names begin with the letters I through P. And on Thursday, individuals whose last names begin with the letters Q through Z. And this is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at both the St. Croix and St. Thomas location for the Virgin Islands Department of Labor. So I'm sure that is very welcome news for a lot of the individuals who have been trying to get a hold of the Department of Labor to get a status update on their unemployment compensation. Moving on with the stimulus updates, just as a reminder again this week, we are reminding the public that if you have not filed your 2018 income tax return or your Form 1040 for your CARES Act stimulus, the deadline to do so is November 21st, 2020. So that is Saturday, November 21st. And the Bureau will make those stimulus payments out to eligible Virgin Islands residents through December 31st, 2020. So they'll continue making those payments until that date. Remember, you have until November 21st, 2020 to apply for your CARES Act stimulus. Taxpayers who are eligible for this stimulus, or taxpayers are eligible for this stimulus so long as they are not claimed as a dependent on someone else's return, as long as you have a valid Social Security number, have no income or have income that does not exceed the required thresholds. Taxpayers are also reminded that they are entitled to just one stimulus check. In closing this afternoon, I want to reiterate a call from the Virgin Islands Police Department to our community to continue its stance against lawless individuals who insist on committing crimes and terrorizing our community. This past weekend, there was a shooting incident on St. Thomas which claimed the life of yet another young Virgin Islander and injured 4 others. The Virgin Islands Police Department is actively investigating this incident and is pursuing several leads. In addition to this incident, there was also another that occurred in the Smith Bay area of St. Thomas just hours after. Thanks to the information provided by individuals in the community and the swift response of the Virgin Islands Police Department, the suspect in that case was quickly apprehended. I want to be clear about something, though. Our police officers cannot solve these crimes without our help. The Virgin Islands Police Department didn't make the 10 arrests in open homicide cases in 2019 and the 20 arrests in open homicide cases in 2020 without assistance from the community. And as Commissioner Trevor Vellenor said earlier today during a VIPD press conference, not a single person has faced any repercussion for coming forward to provide information to law enforcement on his watch. We continue to ask for the community's assistance in providing this information that will lead to the arrest and prosecution of these lawless criminals. As demonstrated with the Smith Bay incident this weekend, when VIPD gets the information, they are prepared to make quick arrests. Please, if you have any information on this weekend's incidents or any other crime in the territory, please contact the Virgin Islands Police Department crime tip line at area code 778-2211 or contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. And of course, Crime Stoppers is totally anonymous. So please, if you see something, say something. If you know something, say something. With that, I will end this week's COVID update and Government House press briefing, and we'll take any questions from the media if there are any. All right, hearing none, thank you for your time, and we'll see you next week. Stay safe. God bless.